Lisa Sowinski, and I'm the Indigenous liaison worker for Rising School Division. Today, since we can't get together during COVID, I'm going to make some fry bread for the staff. And so I'm going to just put the oil in the frying pan, if I can open it. I'll just put a little bit of some oil in here, about a ½ inch, just to cover. And I won't turn it on to heat until after I get some of the mixture together. Okay. I'm not really going to measure too much. They say it calls for 4 cups. This is 1½ each. So there's 3. And a little bit. Oh, where'd my spoon go? And then I'm just gonna make myself a little hole there. Grab some baking powder, tablespoon, just like that. And where's my salt? Calls for about half a teaspoon of salt, but I'm gonna do a full teaspoon because when I was practicing, I was told I needed more salt, so just a little bit more than usual. And just mix that around. And then it calls for some lukewarm water. And I did wash my hands before I started, just in case you guys. And I'll add a little bit in here and just mix with the spoon until it starts getting where I can't mix it. It's simple, and what they say, it's usually just made with love. You don't need to measure. My mom doesn't measure. Lots of the ladies that I work with, they don't measure either. It's just all by eye. Back in the day, there was no measuring spoons or anything that we could use to measure. So it's always by eye and by taste. If you do it enough, then you just do it. A little bit more water. Just making some for the staff. Nice little treat before Christmas. And we don't need it too much because if we need too much, then it makes it tough. Make it a little fluffy. And sometimes I use a little bit of oil just to add a little bit, just so it's not too sticky and sticking together. Mom said I make them too big, so I have to try and make them a little bit smaller today. Just let it sit there and rise a little bit while I preheat my the stove top. Okay. Oh, we're waiting for the oil to heat up, and I'm just gonna start making my little fry bread. You just pat it down, little piece, put a little hole in it, and there we go. But I'll make a few of these for now until the oil's heated. I like to go like this, just round it, pat it down, and it's really easy as long as it's made with a lot of love. It's what the ancestors say, and my grandma and my mom. Everything you make it with love, and it just turns out. And how do you know if you had 4 cups or this or that? Just by the taste. Still heating up. 10 was the highest, right? Maybe, Thankful to W.R. Myers food class, let me use their foods room to do this. Missing all the kids. It's very quiet around here with no students in the school. I don't think we only have staff here.
A few students.
And thanks to Corey for videotaping me and Sam for going to be editing it. And you only, when you have them in the oil, you only want them till they get a nice little golden brown, and then you flip it. And basically you use tongs if you're using a frying pan, because it's hard, like when you use a fork, because you usually splatter oil if you don't use the tongs. And a lot of this you can put jam, you can put cheese, butter, or just eat it plain. They say the best bannock is ate plain with nothing on it. And you can make it like for Indian tacos, dip it in your berry soup or anything. Like I just heard Begunny open a gas station and their best selling product is bannock donuts.
Oh.
Like, so I bet you they got a lot of little sugary stuff on that. Let's see. Oh, it's starting to get hot. So now that I got them made, I'm just gonna put them in. Again, my hands have been washed and I've already touched them. We want them till they're nice little golden brown before we flip them. Like you see this one here, we made one. Yeah. I don't want to put them all in at once. A lot faster now that it's heated. And Heather's joined us too. Smile, Heather.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Very delicious delight. Like I say, you can put anything on it, eat them plain.
What kinds of toppings would you recommend trying?
Well, today, for the first time, we're gonna do cinnamon and sugar sprinkles on them. And like I said, I just usually dip it. I either put butter and salt on it or dip it in the berry soup we make. As Métis people, we make bangs and bullets for New Year's Day, which is, bangs is the fry bread and the bullet is like a meatball soup. And we dip it in there and we go from house to house on New Year's Day, visiting with family and sharing the food that we have. Okay, so you see how brown it's getting? So that's about the right time to just flip it over and just let it fry. There's a little bit of cinnamon and sugar to something. We're gonna have some plain and some cinnamon and sugar. Look at that.